Hi guys, welcome back to another Undercover Challenge UK where we take £100 and try to turn it into £100,000 in 90 days. We're into week 2 at the minute. Want to find out how I've done? Let's roll the intro and let's find out. Hi guys, welcome back. It's Mark here hitting you up from Newcastle in the UK. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. Guys, we're into week 2 now, so that's day 14 of the 90 days. How have I done? Well, it's been a really interesting week. Unfortunately, a bit of a slow week because of everything that's been going on. Now, as we all know, COVID has hit the economy massively around the world. Here in the UK, unfortunately, parcel times are much delayed. We're talking sometimes around 3 to 5 days longer than normal. So unfortunately, in regards to items that I had purchased last week, which I'll go over in a minute, that did delay some of the items coming in, but also for things that I was hoping to have achieved this week, which did massively affect the overall total. But let's go into it. So you might remember last week, the last thing that we actually touched on was I just bought a new Nintendo Switch Lite. It's one of the newer versions. That eventually came through. Now, the customer did send it next day, but unfortunately, I was hoping to get that by Tuesday, but it didn't come until Wednesday. Now, I know that you must be thinking, why does that matter? It's because, as I said in the last video, I'm trying to turn things around very, very quickly. So what I'm basically doing is I'm pricing next day postage and packaging, which means that I'm able to actually get things all done, all locked down and sent off to the customer very, very quickly, which means that if there is any holds on money that we have had recently on PayPal, then that means that they can actually be let go very, very quickly. Now, eventually, we had received the Nintendo Switch. I was able to get that listed up. Literally took me half an hour to get everything done. Received the item, cleaned it down, made sure that it was charged, etc. Took pictures of it, stuck that on eBay, listed that, and very luckily that sold yesterday. I originally paid £137.50 all in. That included a game called Pokemon Shield, and that included next day delivery by the customer. I was able to actually sell that for £170 plus postage and packaging, came to a total of £179. But by the time PayPal took their fees and cuts, it's left £173 in the account. Now, off the flip side of that, if you remember, we also had £103 that was sat in pending on PayPal as well. Now, we had a little bit of a problem this week with that. The customer had sent me a different address to what was on their PayPal account because they had actually moved and not updated it. Now, PayPal wanted the customer to actually prove that they received it, even though they had received notification on eBay that it had been posted by Royal Mail and also positive feedback. They needed the customer to go onto PayPal to click that they had actually received it under the original transaction. So, just a little tip for you. If you are doing this or you want to get it into the future and you have a different address to what the customer has on eBay or PayPal, then please make sure that when they've received it, they go on and click confirm receipt on PayPal. That way the money will then be moved from your pending into your available. But that money cleared on Friday, thankfully. It did take quite a while, but eventually that's cleared and that's boosted our balance. This week has had one lucky stroke. I've got friends that have run businesses in local markets. Unfortunately, one of them has decided to shut up shop after nearly 40 years of trading. He ran a collectible store which basically did Star Wars miniatures, movie miniatures, everything like that, collectible figurines, etc. He recently decided just at the start of the year that he wanted to close down. He had some stock and he got in touch with me. What we agreed was a total of £55 for a box of items that include 12 children's costumes for Kylo Ren and also 4 Simon Says games, which are kind of like these ones that light up in memory sequence. These items also normally recommend retail price around £29.99, but on eBay they sell from anywhere from £15 to £20, which is what I'm going to list them to be competitive. But overall, if you take the full stock value, it's £480 worth of equipment or stock for £55. I know this isn't always going to happen. You know, this is very lucky because I've known this guy for a long time, but there are deals like that out there. but you never know what you're going to find. If you remember last week, I set a total of £4,000 that I want to achieve by this week. Unfortunately, we haven't got anywhere near that. But what I am glad to say is when you actually take into account the money that we've got in our bank accounts, how much we've actually got in PayPal pending, and also a new Nintendo that I've bought yesterday, overall our total assets have increased up to £942. So last week we finished on £469, we're up to £942 in cash and assets. So we're talking stock value. This coming week, what I have been able to do last week with it being so slow is I have set up an Amazon store as well. Now, I was very lucky to get all my ducks in a row, so I've been able to get my HMRC letter through, I've been able to actually register a bank account, and I've been actually verified by Amazon very, very quickly. It's took only three or 4 days. Now, what that has then allowed me to do is do a bit of research into some items that we are going to start selling online, and then we're going to expand into the sports and fitness range. As I said last week, my wife is a sports instructor, so am I. So what we're looking to do is use that niche and actually use our current customers and people that they know who would be interested in the services that we're going to bring in. What we're going to target for next week is we're going to have items on Amazon. Hopefully we might have sold some by then. If not, at least that's in position, but we've got the goods on the way. Also, retail arbitrage. This is something that is huge at the minute. There are so many shops that are closing down that there's companies out there like Clearance King who buy the liquidated stock or overstock. Now guys, register on them. They may ask for proof of business, even if you're a sole trader. So you need a HMRC letter and a bank account as well. Not your personal one, it's got to be a business registered one. Get those, have them ready, and that way when you go to these shops, there's even online auctions. Once you've registered, then you can actually start bidding. This week coming, we're going to be looking at around £2,000 to £2,500 as our target. If we can get more than that, fantastic. So that's all it's been for this week. Unfortunately, not as much of an update as I hoped, but at least we've still been able to double my money. But next week, hopefully we'll be in the position where we're going to be in quadruple figures. And we're also going to have made massive strides because we're going to have the Amazon store, and we're also going to be looking at retail arbitrage and online bidding as well for what potentially could be some amazing items. So guys, keep an eye out. Might actually do an update live next week just to show you what's been coming in and what we've got. But until next Sunday, keep trading and keep safe. Take care. Bye bye.